Okay, it's been about a minute, but we at it again. All right. So NBA All-Star, new format, right?
Right.
CBA agreement, is it gonna go through or not?
Right.
What else we got?
We got the Astros and the reaction from baseball. It's been crazy the past couple of days.
More bullshit.
We got the XFL through week 2.
Mm-hmm.
We got some Matt McGloin going on.
Basically, he gonna be in the zeros category.
He's my hero.
Okay, you be your hero. All right. Greg Robinson.
Yes.
Okay.
And a big fight this weekend.
Oh, part
Deontay
2.
Wilder, Tyson Fury.
We're gonna give you our predictions. All right. Let's hit it.
Bang.
Welcome back. As always, he's Dave.
He's Dave.
And this is the Sports Rant. Thank you for your time. So, NBA All-Star Weekend.
Gotta say I was wrong, man.
We were both wrong.
Gotta say we were wrong.
We had this pegged wrong. We were not in favor of this new format when it was announced.
At all.
Totally wrong.
Yeah. And it wasn't so that the whole game was better. But in the fourth quarter, it got crazy.
It did.
It got crazy, and it got crazy exciting.
So for those of you who watched and those of you who followed, it was going to be the cumulative score of quarters 1, 2, and 3, and that was going to be a target score for the winning team in the final game, if you will. Okay,
which is the fourth quarter.
Which was the fourth quarter. So that mark was 157. Greg Robinson. Couldn't help it. We'll get on that, of course. But the game itself, overall, was popping. I love the weekend. The 3-point challenge.
It was crazy. The dunk contest was...
Gordon got screwed in the dunk contest. You can believe what you want. Yeah. That was a screw job.
But it was... All right, let's just get to what the first thing first. All right,
yes.
Let's talk about the 3-point contest. Buddy Hield from Sacramento Kings won it. It's probably the only time the Sacramento Kings will win in anything. I forget that Sacramento even has a team.
Oh my God!
They gotta sell. They gotta get out of there.
It's been so long since they had a decent squad.
Since they were being cheated with the rest by the rest. Back when my boy was on there, Chris Webber.
2002.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Western Conference Finals. Yeah. Fouls go both ways, people. But
thank you. Thank you.
That's neither here nor there.
That's 18
years. That's 18 years ago.
So he won a 3-point contest. My man, Derrick Jones Jr. from Miami, won the slam dunk contest. Controversially, it should have been because he shouldn't have won.
No. And that's not to say he wasn't impressive.
He was ridiculous.
Okay,
he was ridiculous.
But I totally agreed with the announcers during the contest. You dunk over Taco Falls, you win.
Pretty much that's what happened. He hit him. Well, Aaron Gordon dunked over Taco Fall.
Right.
Yeah, and Aaron Gordon, he hit him a little bit.
He teabagged him.
Yeah, but the dude is 7'5". I mean, come on now. And it wasn't just that. He had 5 consecutive 50 dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect scores.
Thank you.
Why does he have to keep going? And his dunks were so original, just like the last time he was in the dunk contest. He's a dunker. He got screwed then. He's a dunker.
He came out right after. He says, "I am officially retired from the dunk contest." I can't blame him.
And he should be retired as one of the best. I don't know how he didn't win either time.
Thank you.
He was ridiculous.
But
Aaron Gordon, you got played.
Yeah,
you got played.
But the game, very, very good. You got the best from all the stars. I was thoroughly impressed.
I was. Team Braun, came through. It was for charity.
Yes.
I couldn't have been more. I'm gonna say it for myself. I'm not gonna talk for you, but I'm gonna say it for myself. I couldn't have been more wrong about that whole All-Star.
No. I'm right there with you. I thought it was gonna be a shit show. I didn't buy into it when they announced the new format. I also very, very wrong in this. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope they bring it back.
Yeah, I hope they bring it back, man.
Yeah,
hope they bring it back for the charities and everything. Yes. You had the people, the kids in the audience rooting for their respective teams so that they can get the money for the charity.
And then Kawhi hoisting the newly named Kobe Bryant MVP trophy.
It was nice. He deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Oh,
At one point, he was knocking down threes. Like
he had 30 for the
dunking.
game.
Something like that.
You know, so yeah, he was in that plateau.
Yeah, he was nice. He was nice.
But yeah, good game. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I want them to see to continue that format.
All right.
So
moving right along to our favorite, you know, the
NFL, which, as you know, not for long, okay? Which may be the case with this new proposed CBA.
Right.
And why is that?
It seems that the owners are really pushing this 17th game, okay? They really want to see this getting put through. And it seems like the players ain't having it.
No.
Now, I will say this about the proposal, all right? There's a bunch of things on here. We're not going to go through all of them. But
We wouldn't have the time.
yeah, we wouldn't have the time, or the lawyer chops for it. But
There you go.
I will say, it does look like the owners are giving a lot more this year. But I think it can be hidden by fancy words and nonsense.
AKA legal ease.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There you go.
All right.
There you go. I know the problem with this old CBA was the commissioner had way too much control.
He did.
Right. He had way too much control.
Which, thank you, Mr. What's the head of the Players Association again?
DeMaurice Smith.
Thank you, DeMaurice Smith. DeMaurice Smith allowed that to happen.
Yeah, thank you for that one.
So here's a chance to correct that. Apparently, there is going to be a neutral mediator, but even here is where the language gets a little dicey.
Right. Implementation of a neutral decision maker for most commissioner discipline cases. What is most? You know, you have to quantify these things.
Exactly.
You have to be specific. Because he could just say, oh, well, this doesn't qualify for a neutral mediator. Well, what the fuck? What qualifies?
You got to lay that out.
Yeah,
Not just for the Players Association. You got to lay that out for the general public. Because at the end of the day, if there's a lockout, if there's a strike, we need to know who we're siding with here. You know, obviously we want our football. I want to see my Giants. He wants to see his Redskins. Hopefully they improve. But everybody wants to see their team play on Sunday next season. All right?
I'm a little maybe.
That being said, you don't want there to be a lockout. You don't want it to be a shortened training camp like there was a few years back when everybody had to rush to get into some kind of shape. A very sloppy start. I think it was 2011.
Okay.
All right? You want to get this nailed out. You want this done now. Okay? Lay it all out on the line so not just the players, but the fans know what we're dealing with.
Agreed. They also have change in the drug policy.
Now that one I like.
It says narrows the testing window of THC from 4 months to 2 weeks at the start of training camp. So they're going to have a 2-week period where they're randomly testing people. Mm-hmm. As I've said before, as I'm saying now, the weed test is not a drug test.
Right.
It's a test to see how dumb you really are. Okay?
Which there's a lot of.
There's a lot of people who are stupid. A lot of dumb football players. Reduces the penalties to players who test positive for THC, eliminating any game suspension strictly for positive tests. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that for weeks. I mean, for years now.
I mean, if MLB can get it right and take that off its banned substance altogether.
That's what they should do.
Okay.
That's what they should do.
But since they're not removing it, they're narrowing that window. I like that.
It reduces the number of players subjected to be tested for THC. So basically, idiots who keep testing positive for it. And increases the nanogram limit from 35 to 150. I don't know what a nanogram is, but I know 35 and 50 are far apart in numbers.
Right.
And I'm assuming it means you can smoke more weed and they let it go.
Yes.
And you have a right to be paid over a 34-week pay period and not 17 weeks. I know that was a problem with some of the NFL dudes where, you know, you getting these huge checks, but you only get paid during the season.
Right.
And then after the season, you just got to manage your money.
Exactly.
You know, and that's why they couldn't sit out a lot of the weeks or hold out because they done spent their money because they got it in 17 weeks.
Right.
But let's talk about the big ones here. The playoff game and the extra game, the extra week of the season.
Yeah. Now the NFLPA and a lot of players are against this. Okay. I like it. Okay.
Which one do you like? You like both of them?
I like the 7th team.
Right.
And I like the fact that they now have only one bye week. Meaning the absolute number one best team is the only team that gets a week off for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I love that. The 17th game, not a fan of. The only way I jump on board with that is if you definitively cut down preseason and not by one game. You got to cut down preseason by 2 games.
Yeah, and I want to see that. Even though I hate preseason football, I see. To me, it seems that the preseason is for people to get a spot. You know, you have to send people play.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what training camp is for. Training camp.
Agreed.
And you know what? If you one of the guys that knows, come week 1, you starting, then those 2 preseason games should be only for the guys fighting for second and third string jobs.
Well, you got to get in playing shape. So I mean, if you're gonna put it to 3 games, then the starters play the second game,
right?
And then you got the scrubs who need to be in the game. You play the 3rd game. That's it.
Yeah.
End of story.
But I also haven't liked this what they cut down with the 2-a-days, because I think that's also led to some of the fucked up play at the start of the year. You know, everybody seems out of sync.
What you mean?
You know, they cut down 2-a-day
practices, which is crazy.
You know,
and no pads.
No pads. So
people get hurt. Football is a game where you have to get used to being hit. You have to get used to knocking around.
Your body has to get acclimatized to that, basically.
There you go. It has to get acclimated to the beat down, son. And by you missing practice and basically having a fairy camp for a training camp,
okay,
you get hurt. They get hurt all the time. I've never seen guys get hurt like this.
What was that clip you showed me the other day about Jimmy Johnson and Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, when you talking about the asthma field, he said, somebody said, "Oh, I have asthma." He said, "Asthma, my ass. Go over there on the asthma field if you have asthma."
Can't do that no more.
You can't do that no more. People get their feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't breathe. Well, then you shouldn't be playing football, son. Get up out of here.
They pull a Zach Martin.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I'm about to cut you. Right. Now, but you can breathe now, can't you? Yeah, I agree with you. I don't agree with the 17th week. I don't agree with a 17th game. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I do love the new playoff format. 6 games and then opening playoff weekend. That's prime. You get guys at the teams. You know, you can't just rest up at the end of the season. No. You need to play it out because you want that number 1 spot.
First of all, completely backfire for Baltimore this year.
Yeah, exactly. It does it every year. At least one of those teams, you know, either struggles or gets their ass kicked because they done rested everybody. You know, before it used to happen to the Colts every year. When Peyton Manning was in there.
True.
You can't take weeks off football, buddy. And somebody who just played last week, that person who played last week is coming to kick your ass.
Exactly. And
that's just what it is. It's a physical game. It requires intense training and it requires consistent training.
Absolutely.
Consistent training. And you can't take weeks off at a time and think everything is all good, man.
Nope.
So, like I said, hopefully at least that playoff game thing comes through. It doesn't look like the players are with that 17 game.
No, and I wouldn't be either. You know, I mean, it is as it is right now. 16 games. That's hard on the body. You know, you're talking about an hour in clock time, but 3 hours on average for every game. 16 games a year for every team. That takes a toll. You know, there's a reason a lot of these guys don't last more than 5-6 years.
Yeah.
You know, especially the running backs, and we've been over that, and it's not a question about where you should draft them. These are the guys that get banged up the most. Those linemen, those defensive, offensive linemen are the ones that get banged up the most, suffer the most concussions, and highest candidates for CTE, too. I got to think about my future. So, no on the 17th game. I'm all on board with more money. And then when it comes to this, it's 0.5 extra that they're talking about for the players. I want to see not just the 0.5 extra overall on the revenue sharing. I want to see when they strike the new TV deal, if that increases the cap, and not just by a little. And I'm talking dramatically.
Yeah, and I want to see percentages.
Yes.
In that new CBA.
Right.
I want to see not $100,000. What the hell is $100,000 if you getting $17 billion? I don't want that. I want percentage of that billion. That's what I want. All right, if I'm the player, so you can't just continue to make billions off of people's hard work.
This is evolving. Craziness. This is evolving. NFLPA is going to vote on this. I think they said next Tuesday.
Right.
So it's probably going to get shot down. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Also, with the 17th game, they saying, "Oh, well, you're eliminating a preseason game." The players don't play in preseason.
No.
So they don't give a fuck about that preseason game. You're not making the pot better by saying that nonsense. So, like I said, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
So get into some other kind of football.
XFL.
Week 2, baby.
All right. So 2 weeks now. First week, popping. All right. If you thought otherwise, I don't know what planet you're on. I thoroughly enjoyed week 1. Okay. Right. And of course, let's keep this in the back of our head. These are all these cats that were either released from or never made the NFL. This is their second shot. Right. And more so individuals that were also trying to play in the now defunct AAF last year.
Right.
Okay, which couldn't even finish the season. I don't think that's an issue with McMahon. You know,
they're going to finish the season.
They're going to at least finish this one. Now, the ratings did dip dramatically for week 2.
And they're going to dip some more.
But the one thing I'm noticing across the board, with the exception of DC, okay, the lack of talent is hurting the product. You get a lot of 3 and outs. There's still no running game. You've yet to have one team rush for at least 100 yards in any one game.
Right.
Okay? That's going to come back to bite them in the ass. It's still in its infancy, but you can see there's a reason why these guys didn't make the pros.
Yeah, but it's that and the calling out of the airing out of the calls.
Yeah.
During the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't understand how that ever got thrown into this is what we want to do.
Yeah. I'm all for the reviewing in the booth and them showing that aspect. And it's much faster than the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm all for it, and I love how they invite the viewer in for that. Awesome job.
Right.
Okay? They should be cutting down on those sideline interviews.
They did a little bit.
They did, but it's still.
I'll tell you where they didn't do it at. We'll discuss that in the heroes and zeros.
Yeah, we'll get to zeros.
All right, but hold up. All right, so boom. Did you watch any of the games this weekend?
I watched all the games this weekend.
Right. Now, I watched the Guardians get monkey stomped by the DC Defenders.
Absolutely.
Who I'm rocking with right now. That's my favorite team right now.
Yeah, right now.
DC Defenders,
yeah.
you know.
Thought you were going to wait until the championship was crowned.
Listen, right now, they 2-0, baby. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for them.
It's called hypocrisy. All right.
There you go. And I watched the Renegades and the Wildcats game. That was a good game.
That was actually
a good game.
Okay.
That was a good game.
I'll tell you something, though. There's a lot of these guys right now that they forget this is their second chance. You were watching that DC Guardians game, the fight that took on early on in the game, where they already ejected a couple of guys. Some guys get hurt. How you gonna try to fuck up your meal ticket? You saw how easily they dismissed Pepper Johnson after 1 week. What makes you think you're untouchable?
Clearly, Pepper Johnson wasn't the problem. They lost again.
They did.
They lost again.
Big time.
So, some of the players, all right? It's a lot of quarterback play that's horrible in the XFL, it seems. Who's not horrible, which is surprised the hell out of me, is Cardell Jones. Surprised the hell out of me.
Well, first of all, I like Cardell Jones' arm when he was with Ohio State.
Right.
Okay? Kind of a little bit like Haskins. He was hit or miss. You know, he was going to thread the needle, as you like to say.
Right.
All right? I like his mobility. I think for this league, it's a good stepping stone for him. Does he get an NFL shot after this? We'll have to wait and see.
I think if he continues playing like this,
yeah,
somebody's going to invite him in camp.
He is fucking...
He's killing it right now.
These are bombs he's throwing.
Accurate bombs.
Okay?
I got to give it to him. And he's throwing to another ex-Redskin, Rashad Ross.
Thank you.
And you know who's the leading rusher in the XFL? Another ex-Redskin, Mac Jones. basically everybody who's getting busy in the XFL has an Ohio State tie or a Redskins tie. Mm-hmm. So what that means to me is, if the Redskins was in the XFL, we'd be killing shit. That's how we see how I circled that around.
Nah, I think Dan Snyder would still find a way to fuck that up.
He would fuck that up somehow. Somehow he would fuck that up.
The one thing I am seeing, though, this time around is attendance doesn't seem to have dropped off. It actually seems to have grown a bit.
Right.
Those actually going to the game. So there is some attention being paid to this. How much of it is actually fandom and how much of it is actually just trying to witness something in its infancy and see if it takes off.
Yeah, but if you're not doing nothing and you want to see somebody getting rocked, it's a good day to go outside. Did you see the beer snake?
It's an affordable ticket too.
Yeah, it's an affordable ticket.
The beer snake.
That was beautiful. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah,
until I actually until somebody explained it to me.
That was fun. That was fun.
The beer snake. They had a bunch of empty cups. It reached like 15 rows.
That was crazy.
It was beautiful. It was a nice thing to see, man. So everybody, you go there, you get shit faced, you watch people get beat up. It's a beautiful Sunday, beautiful Saturday.
And I will say this: as sloppy as the game has been for the most part, it's a nice little. You know how they call it in drug use? They wean you off, right?
Right.
They're weaning us off the Super Bowl. Because, normally years past the Super Bowl, then there's nothing.
Yeah, you're depressed.
Okay?
For a couple of weeks.
Until after the All-Star game, now you get the playoff chase going. You got March Madness around the corner. Yeah, there's nothing right now in the past after the Super Bowl. Right now, you got something.
Right. The only time I watch college basketball during championships. Right. The actual championship game, like tournaments, like the SEC tournament,
the conference championships,
championships. Those I first learned about Kemba Walker. I said, this dude is ridiculous. He was killing shit the entire tournament,
and still killing shit now.
Yeah, and then he got to the NCAA tournament and was killing shit then, and I was rooting for him. I said, go ahead, Kemba.
Yep.
And then I found out he was from New York. I said, all right.
So sad he wasted all those years in Charlotte.
Yeah, but, do you find it weird that Michael Jordan can't put a winning product on the fucking court?
I do. But you know what? There's a lot of owners that can't put a winning product on the field, on the court. Yeah. We're going to leave that there.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
My Bulls ain't doing that good either.
Yeah, that's 60. Listen. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to hear nothing from you about that.
All right, so moving on. So we have the Astros and their cheating asses still in the news. This ain't going away.
Yeah.
And what's making it worse,
just started.
It was spring training, but what's making it worse is between the owners and the players, they keep chirping. You have everybody else out there that's exercising their right to give their opinion.
Well, they're being asked.
They're being asked, yes, but they're going to give their opinion. They're going in, okay?
They're going in on
and then of course you got the fucking commissioner, Rob Manfred, who ain't making shit any better.
No. Some quotes from people, okay? This might be a little lengthy. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm going to read a few of them, all right? The owner, right? Astros owner Jim Crane says, I want to say again how sorry our team is for what happened. I want to repeat, this will never happen again on my watch, okay? Now, the very next sentence, he goes, I don't think Jim Crane, should be held accountable. Well, then who the fuck should be held accountable, Jim Crane?
Thank you.
Your team, the team that you own, cheated, all right? And they used, we said this before, sign stealing is as old as the game of baseball, okay? But when you do it using technology and videos that is not even on the field, it's one thing if the guy who's on second base is saying, oh, a curve is coming. That's one thing.
Yeah.
That's all in the game. But you, come on, son. You got somebody sitting there with a camera and you have nothing to do with it? He goes, this is still Jim Crane. This didn't impact the game. We had a good team. We won the World Series. If it didn't impact the game, then why'd you do it? You're talking out of both sides of your mouth here.
No, he's talking out his ass. Okay? That's talking out your ass. When you check his butt cheeks to see if there's a set of lips down there. Because he's talking out his fucking ass.
Unbelievable.
How the fuck you gonna say, first of all, you apologizing for doing something that you got caught because it was wrong. It's against the rules, especially the fact that you use technology to do it. You were blown out of the water by a former player who got burnt by you the next year when he was no longer on your team, which is a bitch-ass move, Fears, but that's a whole nother story. This was clear-cut cheating. It benefited only the Astros. If you're going to stand up there and say this didn't help us win, then you shouldn't have done it. If you thought you was going to win without this, you shouldn't have done it.
And they're not even saying the word. They're not even saying the word cheated.
Thank you.
They're using some other nonsense that I'm sure some lawyer or some publicist told them to use. No, use the word. You cheated, and that's it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Hold on, some other things. My man Cody Bellinger, reigning MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows they stole that ring from us.
And not just them. Remember, they beat the Yankees to get the World Series. Okay?
Cody Bellinger also said that Aaron Judge was the MVP of that year.
Yep.
And Carlos Correa, or whoever, actually won it, but they won it off of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Now this may not. Now that they're saying actual evidence suggests that they won those games without the benefit of using the cheating system, which is fine. But how did you get there?
Thank you.
How did you get there? How did you become the number 1 seed?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get home field advantage? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all of that has to be factored into you win it. You may not have used it to your advantage in that series, but you used it in some other ones.
Yes.
You could have lost 10 more games and been the number 2 seed.
You may never gotten there. It's been documented, the games where they hear people slamming on trash cans coming from the dugout.
Yeah.
Okay?
Carlos Carrera. When you analyze the game, Mr. Don't Take My Shirt Off. When you analyze the game, we won fair and square. We earned that championship. You can't say you earned that championship and you fucking cheated.
Look.
That's like a dude who's using steroids and says, oh, well, I'm just bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody. No, you're not.
Well,
no, you're not.
You and I had this conversation the other day. You win the Olympics, right? You win a race. You win the gold medal. It comes out that you was cheating. What happens? They strip you of the gold medal.
They take it away.
Mr. I beat cancer. Fucking Lance Armstrong. Okay? Turns out he was taking testosterone all these years, which is against the anti-doping policy for the international bicycle, whatever the fuck they call it, when he kept winning the Tour de France.
Yep.
What happened? Strip all them fucking titles from him. Ban him from professional cycling.
There you go.
Okay? I'm sorry.
As they should have, because he cheated.
You cheated.
Multiple times.
Okay? Dude. By you apologizing blindly. I mean, I'd be like a man fucking around with his woman. He gets caught and goes, you know what? I want to apologize. But, you still didn't see me do it. You found out, but you didn't see me do it. You didn't walk in on me.
Right. BS.
Like some shaggy shit. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
No. Fuck it.
You gonna believe me or your lying ass eyes? What? What are you talking about? So, let me do a couple more, right? Because this is the more I read it, the more mad I get, son. The commissioner, Rob Manfred, your boy, son, says the idea of an asterisk or asking for a piece of metal seems like a futile act. Now, when he said this, the Dodgers players went fucking ape shit. Yes. And I totally get it.
How dare you refer to the championship trophy as a piece of metal?
Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner says for him to devalue it the way he did yesterday just tells me how out of touch he is with the players in this game. At this point, the only thing devaluing the trophy is that it says commissioner on it. Oh, get at him.
That was nice.
Also, infielder from the Dodgers, Max Muncy, if all we're doing is playing for a piece of metal, then why do we have this league? Exactly. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then he apologizes. Come on, son. One more thing, all right? Because now you have people who don't even play baseball. LeBron weighed in on this. He said, listen, I know I don't play baseball, but I am in sports, and I know if someone cheated me out of winning the title and I found out, I would be fucking irate. I don't blame you.
No.
Anybody would, man. Anybody would. The Dodgers pitcher says you killed a lot of young careers during that season. Pitchers used to come up and get crushed and get sent down, never to come back again, which is why you have why you getting sued.
Yep.
By which he probably doesn't have a case, but you getting sued by people with that same situation.
Yep.
Right? Being sent down, never getting a call back. You cheated, you know you cheated, you won't even use the word, you won't be man enough and face the fact. You're lying, you're wearing talking about tattoos.
Oh, that was what Altuve did the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
shameful.
Oh, he didn't want his jersey torn up because he was embarrassed about a tattoo. And then here comes Altuve, walks in the locker room for no other reason to show that he has no shirt on, to show that he has a tattoo with his daughter's name. I think it said Melanie or some shit like that. First of all, why would you be embarrassed about your daughter's name tattooed on your chest?
You don't have a penis tattooed on your chest, okay. Altuve.
So, that's bullshit, number one. Number two, that's not why he's saying, don't rip off my shirt. Don't rip off my shirt.
We all know why.
It's because he's wearing the fucking patch. They don't want to say it. They don't want to fess up to it. He's wearing that goddamn patch.
And that's also disgraceful that you still out here lying and making up nonsense. Like the dumbest lies. That's like when you go out with a woman, you trying to go out with a chick and she tell you all went to sleep.
Right.
Bullshit, bitch. You're lying. Just like Altuve is lying, son. Come on, man.
Well,
Come on, man.
He's a bitch.
Yeah. As you should be ashamed of yourself, Houston Astros, and you guys ain't making it any better.
And you know what? All this bullshit that the fucking commissioner said, that anyone that intentionally throws at an Astros player as retaliation is going to meet a harsher penalty. You know what? Fuck you, Manfred. I hope every team beans these fucking players. And you know what? I'm not talking headshots. I don't want to see anyone get permanently injured or, God forbid, killed, because something like that could kill a motherfucker. But you know what? Aim for the ankle. Shatter that fucker.
Listen, there's Vegas odds on who's going to get hit the most. And he's number one. 1 in 4 to 1. Altuve's going to get hit.
Okay.
And you know what? You're going to be handing out a lot of harsh punishment. Manfred. You're going to be handing out a lot of punishment because the league is upset. And they should be. They have every right to be upset. You're not making it any better.
Nope.
They aren't making it any better. And there's going to be retaliation. This is what baseball is. It's a traditional game. And when you break tradition in baseball, shit comes back at you. And it usually comes back at you 90 miles an hour right to your fucking face.
Manfred need to grow some fucking balls and just take the goddamn title away before someone gets killed. Okay?
All right. Moving on.
So, we got a big fight coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
The rematch.
Yeah.
Wilder
and
Fury.
Right. Now, I didn't see this first fight. I'm not a big fight guy. But I mean, they've drummed this up enough for me to want to see it.
Well, if you have not seen it, I would urge you on your ride home to pull this shit up. Okay?
The first fight?
The first fight. Even if all you see is the highlights.
Okay. I did pull the highlights up. It seemed like
Deontay Wilder
can't fight.
No. He is I want to say he's a boxer, but he don't have a lot of power, especially for someone like Wilder. Okay? Wilder knocks you the fuck out.
Yes, he does.
Okay?
Yes, he does.
Wilder reminds me of Tyson with the power he has in his fucking punch. All right? Puts you on the floor, you stand on the goddamn floor. Now, you go back to that fight he had with Wilder. When you thought with Fury, okay? When he put Fury on the mat, and he put him on the fucking mat, make no mistake about it, that man's head bounced off the fucking mat. Fury got up. That, to me, as a boxer, I mean, you saw it in Wilder. He just couldn't believe it.
Well, his jaw is 9 inches. Did you see it?
Yes.
He looks crazy, son. He looks like a nut job.
Yeah. And the fact that he kept taunting him throughout that whole fight kind of tells me that Fury as well as he's done in his professional career as a fighter, because he's got like 20-something wins and no losses. He got that one draw with Wilder. Okay,
Right.
I think it's going to be a loss this weekend, but that's a whole nother thing. He can fight, but he's not on Wilder's level. But what he did in that first fight, I think was more for showboat. He looks a hell of a lot more fit now than he did 2 years ago.
He looked very out of shape when I watched
that first fight. Yes,
he looked like he just came off the street.
Well, in essence, he kind of did, But I mean, man, got jelly rolls hanging out the side in that first fight.
Yeah,
you look at him now when he's training; he looks like he's in shape.
Really?
Okay. I mean, compared to 2 years ago,
Yeah,
he looks in shape.
I haven't seen him.
Okay. I still think this is Wilder's fight to lose.
I mean, I've only seen like 2 Wilder fights, and both of them he knocked the dude out. I don't like Deontay Wilder's fighting skills. I think he's a knockout artist.
He is a
and
knockout
it seems like he's only a knockout artist. It seems if he had to actually do some actual boxing, he would get his ass whooped.
Well, you know what? I liken Wilder right now, his situation, not too dissimilar from Floyd Mayweather's. There is a lack of competition for him in the heavyweight division right now, and he's just taking advantage of it. The same way Floyd Mayweather took advantage of the welterweight division, Wilder's taking advantage of the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Okay, and rightfully he should.
Yeah, you
should. You keep doing what you're doing until someone can take your shit away from you.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
And
I love the fact that he's doing it. And
he is doing it.
I love the, I'm going for him.
Yeah,
I'm going for Deontay Wilder.
I like Fury's cockiness. Okay, because he ain't backing down to no one.
Right.
You saw that whole press conference; they shoving each other.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was a little low for a while to talk about Fury's past drug issues, but yeah, that seems.
Is it low? Is it low?
It makes it seem a little WWE.
Yeah, but they trying to sell the fight.
You selling it regardless.
I'm considering buying it.
Fury got up, and the fight was a draw. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fury was actually leading in the points until he got put on his ass.
Yeah, I'm hearing he should have won.
So, Wilder's going to knock him out. I think Wilder's going to knock him out. And I think he's going to knock him out by the 6th, 7th round.
Yeah, I'm hoping he knocks him out, actually.
Yeah.
So, let's go Deontay.
All right. So, now, it's that time for heroes and zeros. I don't have any heroes.
I do.
You have a hero, but your hero is my zero.
It's one of your zeros.
Okay.
Now, I'm not for people throwing anybody under the bus.
Under the bus? Who under the fucking building? They Jimmy Hoffa his ass. Okay?
All right. So there's this guy, right? His name is Matt McGloin. Matt McGloin played his college ball at Penn State.
Yep.
2009 to 2012. He was an undrafted free agent. 2013 went to the Raiders, sucked, got cut. Went to, I think the Eagles got cut before the season even started.
Right.
He went to the Texans, and then they signed Josh Johnson. He got cut after that.
And mind you, if you get cut because someone signed Josh Johnson,
you're pretty bad. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I fuck with Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson came to the Redskins 2 years ago and put on a show.
Josh Johnson been on 13 NFL teams.
Listen, he still gets
I think he was on the Browns twice.
I root for Josh Johnson, baby. Him and my man Tyrod Taylor.
Josh Johnson's on the LA Wildcats. There's a reason they're 0-2, about to be 0-3.
Anyway, we're talking about Matt McGloin.
Let's get back on that.
All right. So the DC Defenders are getting in the New York Guardians' ass. All right, killing them.
Yeah.
And at halftime, the sideline lady asks Matt McGloin, what needs to change, and then he just goes in. Everything needs to change.
The whole play calling system needs to change.
The play calling is horrible.
Oh my God! I'm sitting here watching that.
Hold on. At that point, Matt McGloin is 5 for 13.
Thank you.
For 32 yards and an interception. Maybe you need to change, Matt McGloin.
Now, in fairness, in fairness, okay, and this is not saying that Matt McGloin is a good quarterback, because he ain't. But in fairness, their offensive line is banged the fuck up. I think they were on third stringers on that offensive line.
On a bad offensive line to
begin with, okay? Because
keep in mind, the New York Guardians were supposed to be the worst put together team in all of the XFL when the season started.
And DC Defenders have the most talent in the league right now.
Yeah.
That is clear if you've been watching these first 2 weeks. Clear. They were getting through that offensive line like a fucking hot knife through butter. Okay, no one was stopping them. Okay, it was like watching Eli Giants and New York Giants. Okay, but I couldn't help it. Matt McGloin needs a reality check, like big time. Not an XFL check, reality check. He didn't just do this at halftime. He did this at the end of the game.
And while the game was going on the sidelines.
Essentially threw his head coach and offensive coordinator right under the bus. Okay? Like I said, he basically did a Jimmy Hoffa, put him under the fucking field.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
All right?
It was bad.
Now, that may be his hero. That's why he's my zero. I don't give a fuck.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, okay. I don't give a fuck who you are. Especially considering that this is your last chance at having any kind of pro career. You supposed to be on board with your team no matter what. And you just shout out on live television that your whole coaching staff needs to go. When it ain't your coaching staff, you are just surrounded by
bums.
All of you. And you're one of them. As I said, you got cut in favor of Josh Johnson.
You are one of them.
Okay? There's a reason you were undrafted. There's a reason you've been cut by every pro team that signed you.
A lot of them before the season even starts.
Okay? I'm hoping that the backup Marquise Williams actually gets a shot this week. If for no other reason because McGloin pulled what he pulled, and they're going to bench his ass.
Yeah, the coach said we got to talk to him, and then he got benched. Yeah. But Marquise Williams was horrible too.
Yeah, he was.
He was horrible too.
He was. And mind you, Marquise Williams has bounced around. He's been in the CFL. He was in the AAF.
But you got to remember too, DC Defenders is not like they don't have a lot of talent. Like you said, they have the most talent in the league.
As a matter of fact, this would be the team I would say closest to NFL talent, even if it's not top tier talent,
right?
With what they've been able to put together.
Agreed.
Okay, and right now it looks like they're gonna win this inaugural season. If I had to put money on it right now, I know it's 2 games in. We have to go through to April.
Well, if they do, I hope the DC area throws a parade for them.
That ain't happening.
So that they can show the you know what. So I was about to go in just now.
Yes, you were. Now,
I was about to go in just now.
Now, this is unplanned. This is unplanned, okay? I just want to give a shout-out to Washington Senators Ovechkin, right?
It's not the Senators, the Capitals.
Capitals, sorry.
Yeah.
Capitals.
You went back in the day.
Yeah, I was back in the day. Wrong sport, too.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
The Capitals. Ovechkin stuck on $6.99. He's about to get 700 goals for his career.
Yeah,
he's probably going to get it while we're drinking. Okay, I want to tip my glass.
The Great Eight.
To Ovechkin. Okay,
the Great Eight
gave DC one of their titles in recent history.
Yes, and you know what? Now that you diverge to that.
Yeah.
Or whatever, however we want to say that word.
Branched off.
Yeah, branched off. His celebration after winning the Stanley Cup was one for the ages. Mm-hmm. I've never felt so happy for a person as I did Alexander Ovechkin at that point. He's basically Wayne Gretzky right now.
Look, I'm not a hockey fan. I admit I only watch during the playoffs. Okay, I wouldn't know a forward from a lineman or what's
I have no idea what's going
on. But Ovechkin has been in this game for a while. What he has given to that team, the fact that he has stayed with that team, you gotta tip your glasses.
And what he does, you don't have to be a hockey fan
to
know a motherfucker's nice.
Yes.
and you see him play hockey, and it's a man playing against children,
right.
son. It's ridiculous. And he's a 100 millionaire and still don't have no two. Here's to Ovi, baby. Ovi, the great 8.
Oh,
Glad you put that in there, man.
Yes.
So now let's get to these zeros.
Back to zeros.
Let's get to these zeros.
We actually share a zero this week.
Hold on. Before we get to that.
Before we get to that, I want you to hit your other zero.
I have a couple of people.
Okay.
All right. I have Kyrie Irving.
You know what? I may have to join you on this one.
Mr. I don't want to play because my friend died.
And now can't play.
You're hurt in body all the time. Not sometime. Not most of the time.
By the way,
nobody even knew.
How the fuck did he get a part? Never mind.
What?
You see, he's like a fucking VP for the NBA players.
I'm getting into that. I'm gonna get into that.
Fuck?
I'm gonna get into that.
You can't even lead on the fucking court.
Listen, Kyrie Irving, all right, is always hurt. Always hurt. So now you're hurt in body, okay? But because Kobe died, now you're hurt emotionally, and you got to take games off. So you're getting paid max money, all right? You take off whenever you feel like it, basically.
True.
The team does better when you're out than when you're in. The
True.
same thing happened in Boston.
True.
All right? You are now a players' union rep for these soft-ass, hoe-ass, punk-ass players that play today, where they need more time off. Let me get 4 weeks off. 5 weeks off. You only play half the year.
Yeah. I still don't understand how he garnered the votes to get that spot, considering his reputation, what happened in Boston last year, and what's been happening in Brooklyn this year.
How don't you? This is a soft-minded league. I give it. Listen, the NBA is the most soft league. They're moist. They're a bunch of moist players. They're sensitive. They're always crying and bitching and complaining and whining. All right? All of them. All of them. Every single one of them. Fucking load management. Who else does that dumb shit but them? All right? It's always something with them.
Which, I got to give LeBron James credit. I know this is the first year that he didn't go to the playoffs. That man's been playing. He played all but 2 games this year. I gotta give him a lot of credit for that.
Was he hurt those 2 games? Legitimately?
I think.
Or was it load management?
No, one of them he was a little banged up.
What about the other one?
That one I'm not too sure. Still, considering he's 35, and the mindset of the league, all the games he's taken off in prior years, the fact that he's committed to early on in the season when load management became an issue. He said, I'm not taking games off unless I'm told to take a game off.
Well, that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out because somebody can say, you take the day off.
Yeah.
Now,
personally, I think it's a mistake on his part because when the playoffs get here, you're going to want to have that rest.
Yeah.
At 35, he's going to want that rest.
Especially since you've been playing basically since you was
by the way,
17 years old.
Did you hear, for those of you who don't know, of course, Marcus Morris went to the Clippers. Markieff Morris, who orchestrated a buyout from Detroit, is going to the Lakers. So the Twins will be playing each other once again.
Once again. So that was my zero. I can't stand Kyrie Irving. I'm so happy when anybody asked me, do I want him on the Knicks? My answer was emphatically no.
And I'm telling you,
he's done nothing to change my mind.
Karma's going to be a bitch for both him and KD playing in Brooklyn.
Well, according to Nets fans, all 12 of them, they're going to win the championship in 2021.
Oh, I wonder what they smoking in Brooklyn.
That yoba shit.
Well, you hook me up with something?
No, I don't smoke it. I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
So we both share a zero.
Oh. So, for those of you who've been following, there is possibly the biggest dumbass in all of sports right now.
I'll let you have it.
And his name is Greg Robinson. Okay? Greg Robinson is a former offensive lineman from the Cleveland Browns. Now, Robinson,
and the Rams.
Well, he was drafted by the Rams back in 2014.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2 overall. fully guaranteed $21 million contract.
That was his biggest year getting paid. Was his rookie year. Now, Greg Robinson has now been in the league for 7 seasons, if you will. He's earned about $29 million and some change. Greg Robinson was just busted with his buddy. What's his friend's name again?
Quan Bray.
Or they got pulled over by what you would call basically a border check, okay? Trying to make sure there's no illegals or drugs being brought into the country. And they were caught transporting approximately 157 pounds of marijuana.
156.9.
Look, 157. That's why I made that reference to the NBA also.
157.
Okay? 157 pounds of weed. Now, as I just prefaced, Greg Robinson has made $29 million in his career.
Surely that weed is worth $10 million on the street.
That weed isn't even worth $1 million on the
No?
street. No.
Well, how much is it worth, Dave?
I think it's somewhere in the round of 700 million, 1,000.
$700,000.
Okay.
You about to go to jail for 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
For $700,000, you'd have made $29 million.
Quentin Bray is also a former NFL player, mostly special teams guy. He has not played in 2 years. But this is also a gentleman that got paid somewhat while he was in the NFL. He's not a millionaire. It's probably more of a thousandaire.
But he was on the Montreal Alouettes.
Yeah, Alouettes. Okay, so he was still playing football to some extent. So it's bad enough that they got caught with this weed going from, I think it was L.A. to New Orleans?
Louisiana.
Well, Louisiana.
They were going from Louisiana to L.A.
L.A., so other way around. Call that a Hennessy mistake. By the way, hats off to NBA for making Hennessy their new sponsor.
Another hero.
Okay. So yes, it turns out I do share a hero with Dave this week. And I'm going to kick you a little back right now. So you transporting this weed from one state to another, which of course we already know that's trafficking, which is against the law. But what makes this equally dumb, and more of the I can't believe dumb, the fact that they pulled this off in an Uber. They didn't even drive their own vehicle, change license plates, drive north and then go west. No, they decided to stay along the southern states in an Uber.
You seem like a really knowledgeable on that subject.
And well, you know,
that didn't even occur to me. Jesus.
You know, I am part Ecuadorian, so
see.
you know the Latin side of me. Anyway,
we move over before the fucking cops come.
the cops been here. Anyway, you plan this route in an Uber, and then when you get caught, you try to ask the Uber driver to take the fall. Why would a driver who has no affiliation to you whatsoever want to go to jail for 20 years for your ass?
Clearly, you're broke, so it's not like you can pay the motherfucker.
Thank you.
Like, what's going through your mind?
What's his incentive? You know, we've seen this time and time again in the NFL, and it's not just players that are second and third stringers that pull this off. We're talking about guys that are stars.
Nate Newton
was on. I go back even further. Tank Johnson.
Tank Johnson
had a huge career in front of him. Derailed because he got caught with illegal guns or some shit like that.
Crazy shit.
I don't understand it. I know this is a sport where a lot of head injuries occur, and maybe a lot of motherfuckers ain't thinking straight. But
that's what it has to be.
Well, yeah.
But I have to put it on the CT.
I'm sorry. There's got to be a little voice somewhere in the back of your head that says, "Dude, you just made $29 million over 6 or 7 years. You about to go to jail for something worth less than $750,000."
He'll tell you, "I didn't make $29 million. The IRS took 40% of it." Okay, so you made $12 million.
Thank you.
It's not $740,000. You fucking moron, and a definite jail sentence, idiot. Damn, you're dumb.
They old them.
I can't say all of them are.
No. These cats right here.
Oh yeah,
that try to get away with this and never seem to learn from the previous cat who got caught in a similar, if not the same fucking fashion. Y'all all dumb in the same fact. Y'all got blindness to the fucking world.
That's the funny thing, Dave. It's always a previous encounter that you can point to.
Thank you.
And say, this guy, but you're not that person. All right. Whatever, man. Whatever. You're a fucking idiot, Greg Robinson and Quinn Bray. And when you're in jail, beating up people for fucking wonton packets, I hope you look back and realize how stupid a mistake this was.
And mind you, you either going to be the butch or the bitch.
Oh, well, he's not gonna be a bitch. He's fucking like 6'5".
Have you seen some of the motherfuckers that go clank up in there?
Yeah, he's
them lifers are just as big.
Yeah, he's a fucking
and
NFL
they roll
player.
In a crowd.
Understandable. He's gonna be somebody's enforcer, man.
Maybe
he's a fucking NFL player. He's wired for violence. Nobody's gonna be fucking with him.
So he may be someone's enforcer, but I'll tell you this much right now: that first night, night, better keep that butthole tight.
Facts. All right.
So
I have 2 Redskins on my zeros list.
Couldn't go one episode without Redskins nonsense.
No, couldn't go. One of them is a halfway. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. But
all right,
we're gonna get into Quentin Dunbar first. Quentin Dunbar is a Redskin who was drafted in 2000? Not drafted. I think he was an undrafted free agent, right?
I believe so.
Receiver from Florida. Okay, we turned him into a cornerback, according to Pro Football Focus, which I don't really fuck with like that. But according to Pro Football Focus, he was the number 1 rated corner in this league in 2019.
Right.
All right. Quentin Dunbar's problem is Quentin Dunbar has been hurt the past 2 years. He's been played 17 games in the past 2 years out of a possible 32 games. He's played 17. Okay. We fired a coach, got another coach, Ron Rivera, and the first thing he does is says, I want to be traded or cut because I want another contract. You haven't earned a contract.
Not at all.
Quentin Dunbar. You haven't earned a contract. We gave you a contract which was a 3-year contract in 2017 for $5.7 million. All right, you didn't live up to that.
Nope.
Because you've only, like I said, you only paid 17 games of a possible 32 in the past 2 years. All right, understandable. You're coming up with no guaranteed money this year. Understandable. That's fine. And you want to be paid. I get it. I get your angle on this. But you're playing your cards all wrong. Okay? You're playing it all wrong. This is a new regime. This is a no-nonsense coach. Either you want to get cut and just go because you don't fuck with the Redskins, which is fine. But just say that. Say that. Don't make it about your contract. Because you really haven't earned shit. All right? You got dusted last year by fucking what's this guy, Amari Cooper?
Yep.
Smoked on live TV on Thanksgiving. So go eat several dicks, all right? Fucking Quentin Dunbar. Anyway, getting on to another guy.
Yep.
My boy, son, Mr. Q-Tip himself. Jordan Reed has the best speaking voice I think I've ever heard in my life. He sounds just like Q-Tip. Jordan Reed is a monster when he's healthy. When is Jordan Reed healthy? Never. Never is the answer. Never is the fucking answer. All right? Jordan Reed was a next level talent as far as a pass catching tight end.
I will agree with you wholly on that.
I am sick. I am sick to my stomach that he couldn't stay healthy. All right?
Concussions, man, they're a bitch.
He's had 7 reported concussions while he's in the NFL.
Reported.
3 while he was in college.
Yep.
That makes 10. I think you should retire Jordan Reed. Now, why is Jordan Reed? I just said all this good stuff about Jordan Reed.
Right.
Why is Jordan Reed on this list?
Hit him.
Jordan Reed says he doesn't want to retire. Jordan Reed was on the concussion protocol as of last week. When he heard he was about to be cut, all of a sudden now he's not on the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So when were you actually healthy?
Thank you.
To be off the concussion protocol, Jordan Reed?
Collecting a check.
You were collecting a check and not putting in the work to get that check. All right?
Now, that's not to say he didn't suffer those concussions.
Listen, I saw them. I saw every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically do this to Jordan Reed, and he has a concussion for 4 weeks.
He basically has that sore spot that didn't close as a child.
I really think you should retire, Jordan Reed, and live with your family. You gotten paid. I don't see you with lavish jewels and all types of other shit. You're married. Just live your life. I understand if you want to go, do your thing and earn that paycheck, whatever. But come on, son.
Do it from the sidelines.
Come on, man.
Become a coach.
Become a coach.
Become
do
a
something.
trainer.
Do
some
something
shit.
else.
Yeah.
But this is not for you. Clearly, you have a problem.
10 concussions, man.
Come on, son. You have to think about your quality of life. So you're on my bad list for that and for trying to jerk us. For taking our money and stealing, basically. All right? And you fuck.
That shit he pulled last week was kind of suspect.
That was some bullshit, man. That was some bullshit. But, it seems like them Florida players, both of them from Florida.
Coincidence. Gatorland.
Gatorland be on that bullshit. Whatever. Matt Jones was from Florida, too.
You just pulled that out of my mouth, man. I was just saying.
It is what it is with y'all Florida dudes, man. I don't fuck with y'all Florida dudes. I always root for Miami. I don't fuck with Florida players.
Right.
It is what it is. Jordan Reed, go home, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
Now, on that note, I'm gonna tack on one hero. A minor hero.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to follow up on your Redskins theme.
Okay.
Redskins cut Josh Norman.
Praise Jesus. Praise the Lord.
Best fucking decision. You never should have signed him to begin with. There's a reason why Ron Rivera let him walk. That just wasn't a GM decision.
It wasn't Ron Rivera. It was Matt Gettleman.
Thank you.
He's your boy.
Yeah. But still, that was wrong. Because how coincidental Riverboat Ron is now the head coach and now Josh Norman is out of D.C.
I'll say this about Josh Norman. I never liked Josh Norman.
I know you never did.
You know this. Never liked Josh Norman.
And has not lived up to that contract.
He has not. But I will say this about Josh Norman. That first year, he was balling. All right? That first year, he played well for us. He wasn't number one cornerback, but he was at top 5.
He wasn't the same cornerback he was in Carolina.
No, because we didn't put him in the... We always, on the Redskins, put people out of position. We get these ridiculous defensive ends, like Ryan Kerrigan, and put him an outside linebacker.
Fact.
Or Montez Sweat, and tell him to stand up when his entire college career, he's only stood up 12 times.
Which hopefully will change into Rivera.
Yes.
Okay.
So I will say that we didn't do Josh Norman right. But then as soon as I saw him on Dancing with the Stars, I told you we should cut him right now. We should cut him right now.
Now, I'll be very interested to see where he goes, if he gets picked up.
You know what? If they use him right, Josh Norman, he is a cerebral assassin.
Right.
He plays the game. Plays the game.
Now, I got one more zero that I just thought of, okay? And I know you're not going to like this.
Please.
Because I know you fucks with this guy.
Right.
Okay? Jerry Jones.
I fuck with Jera.
I know you fuck with Jera. Okay?
Yeah.
Jerry Jones on my zero list because he's fucking with Dak Prescott. Now, I'm not saying Dak Prescott is the end-all be-all quarterback in the league. But Dak Prescott, as I've said time and time again, has better numbers than the two quarterbacks that have already been paid. That's Carson Wentz and fuckboy over in there with the Rams, Jared Goff. Okay? He's got better numbers than him. Before they got paid and even last year. Better numbers. Fuck this giving him the goddamn franchise tag for what? $27 million when Carson Wentz is getting around 34, 35 a year. Pay this man before you fuck everything up, because You're not getting Tom Brady. You're not getting anyone else on any of these other free agents.
Why isn't he getting Tom Brady?
He ain't getting Tom. Mike McCarthy is not trying to fucking coach Tom Brady, and Tom Brady is not trying to be coached by Mike McCarthy.
But it's not what Mike McCarthy wants. It's what Jera wants.
Yeah, but Jera has run this team into the fucking ground since he let Jimmy Johnson walk out the door.
You stay on that.
I'm staying on that. I'm staying on that. Hey, I don't give a fuck what the record books say. That is not Barry Switzer's ring. That is Jimmy Johnson's third ring. I don't care.
Facts.
I'm not even a Dallas fan.
Facts.
Y'all know this. I'm a Giants fan. But I'm going to say that was Jerry's team that won that third fucking chip in 95. Okay? Super Bowl 30. Go look it up. Same players, same format. And right after they won that shit, Barry Switzer ran that team into the fucking ground. You couldn't even let Bill Parcells run that team right, Jerry. You get Wade Wilson in there, right? Wait.
Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips, thank you. Wade Wilson, that's fucking Deadpool. Wade Phillips in there running the team, go 13-3, and then my Giants run in like it's nothing. Now, granted, it's not like it was a blowout. It was a tight game the whole way. But we take you 13-3, won the division, got the best record in the fucking league, and we run you out of fucking town. What happened after that? Several years of mediocrity. You just get rid of your long time, what was it, 10 years? Jason Garrett was a head coach in Dallas?
Yeah, way too long.
Way too long?
Way too long.
All right, you wait till now to fire him? Come on, man. Mike McCarthy got shunned by everybody last year. Now, I'm not saying that's a mark on Mike McCarthy. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Okay,
we went through this with Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy.
He's a bad
a lot of people
guy.
say he's old school,
yeah,
but not old school in good way. Okay, Jerry Jones is gonna run that fucking team into the ground. Jerry Jones is gonna fuck shit up with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, you know what? Dak Prescott, not a chance you watch this, but on the chance you see this, you know what? Take the Zeke route. Go to fucking Cabo. You'll get your contract then.
As a Redskins fan, I'm glad they got Mike McCarthy. To end things out, let me just play this, please.
Son, are you part of this group?
Yes, I am, sir.
Asthma, my get over there on that other field and have some asthma. Get out of here.
Tell me that ain't some fucking funny shit,
That shit
man.
is hilarious.
Yo, that's old school right there. You can't do that right now. Motherfucker be running to NFLPA. Hey, he made fun of my fucking asthma.
Yeah, you would sue somebody.
Again, bitch motherfuckers.
Once again, he's Dave.
And he's Dave.
And we out of here.
Peace, baby.
Enjoy the fight this weekend. Yo.
Oh, check that shit out, baby.
Yes.